Hey guys, this is Lance1000 here, and back with another commentary. Yes, it's been a little while, hasn't it? Yeah, I deleted my commentary on David. I just didn't like that commentary, so yeah. You probably could already tell that, but, whatever. It is on Jubilee Mirrors if you still want to see it, but, whatever. I guess you could kind of call this a replacement for that video, but whatever. So, yeah. Now, this video, I've wanted to commentate on for a little while now. Now, basically, this user known as Mr. Flippy Invader 782.
何ですか?
Now, basically, this user known as Mr. Flippy Invader 782.
2 words. Old topic.
Decided to make a rant on Patreon just because Ryan, the leader of the bop community, decided to open up a Patreon account, So, he decided to make a rant on it, and man, this rant was just terrible, and since I'm mainly a ranter, I have every right to criticize this video. So, yeah. Now, I can't believe that I forgot.
He can't believe that he didn't put this commentary on his upcoming list. We're moving on!
Anyway, without further ado, let's get started, shall we?
Okay, I know that this is a minor nitpick, but it's bugging the fuck out of me. The phrase is, without further ado, and if you're going to come up with the excuse of making the phrase more original, then it fails because it's bland and boring. Plus, you don't put any emphasis behind it to make it sound like you have a legit personality. It's a big turnoff to people who are just tuning in and can bore them to the point where they'll move on to something else, and no entertainer wants that.
Hello beautiful people, this is Mr. Flippy Bear 782 here, bringing you a Flippy Rant. Now I know in my update video I said I was going to show my face, but due to complications on not knowing where the hell I put my video camera, sadly it's only going to be my voice and a still frame of a Patreon symbol or something.
Hey, excuse me, do you have a webcam? They're built into practically every computer now. Do you have one? You shouldn't worry about a video camera if you have a webcam. Just saying.
Well, what if his computer isn't a laptop like you assume it is? Home PCs aren't built with a webcam, so maybe that's why he needed the camera. Or maybe his webcam is of poor quality or is broken to the point where it can't be used. Brains up and thinking!
So yeah, what initially brought this rant to begin with was when Ryan Rhino Mills, who you know is the infamous leader of the bop commentary community,
Oh yeah, I'm gonna skip just a little bit because I already explained this in my introduction to this video, so yeah, skip.
on user sellouts. Well, he even admitted that, attention, I have become a big sellout by opening a Patreon account, which I will explain later why he is an actual sellout.
Oh, why is he a sellout?
He said that he would explain in just a minute. Patience, young Reaper. Oh, and while you wait, you might want to go organize your toilet paper rolls. They're starting to look asymmetrical.
Oh, I'm a failure. A complete failure. What kind of Grim Reaper am I if I can't even remember to fold the toilet paper?
To me, that this Patreon thing has become a big fad over the internet, and for semi-popular to non-popular video creative users who want to get a little bit of money but can't because they're not popular enough to get on either like YouTube's partner program or being partnered with places like Machinima or whatever. And to me, it seems like Patreon is used as a last resort on making money when people are either too lazy to do themselves, because that's what the essential thing is. People are lazy and they just want money right away. For example, with Ryan Mills, Ryan has a job which he could easily work for and make money off of that job, but no, he instead decided to use a Patreon and take the easy way out, which really, if you have a job, there is no reason to open up a...
Well, he probably has a pretty crappy job, and he would probably rather make money off of YouTube videos. People quit their jobs all the time, right?
Yeah, but for YouTube? I know that PewDiePie did the same, but let's face it, not everyone is as lucky. Some people have a Patreon as a way to get a little bit of money for their hobby on YouTube, whereas the job pays the bills that are necessary for day-to-day life. Whether the job is crappy or not is irrelevant to how Ryan chooses to use his Patreon money.
Either the Fiery Henry or Alien Guy 34 said getting a job is easier said than done. Well, that's a pretty bold and controversial statement, since there are tons of factors that could work into that getting a job. Now, I don't know much about getting a job, but I'll say this. I'm planning to get a summer job this summer in retail, like a freaking, I don't know, bagger at HEB or something, and it is easy. All I have to do is fill out the application and
Hello? Hello? I thought I was watching this video about you ranting on Patreon. Not your summer plans. You remind me of some other person that I commentated on. Her username is displayed on the screen right now.
The difference between the bratty teenager and the troll is this. Flipper Invader is using his plans as an example on how easy he says it is to get a job, with his example on how he plans to get a job for the summer, which is the exact opposite. Damn, you suck at this!
and just make sure I say I'm available to work on weekdays, weekends, pretty much all 24/7, and I'll get in. So it's not that hard to get a simple job like that.
Okay, I'm guessing I'm not gonna see much videos from this guy during the summer.
Damn it, that means a longer wait for people like you to fall for him again! And this was sort of a breath of fresh air from all the Gligar commentaries people kept making for the past few years.
Which pretty much everybody starts in retail, so I don't know if that's Rhino Case or something different or what, but saying that getting a job is easier said than done is a pretty bold statement.
Well, as far as I know, I think it depends on the job. Like, if you want to be a doctor or something, you have to go through, like, 8 years of college. But if you want to work at McDonald's, you just have to be a certain age and basically sign a form, and that's pretty much it.
Clearly, you never, ever, ever applied for a job. When you apply for a job, you go through different processes on trying to land one, like applying online, giving out a resume, or even if you're lucky, have a friend who works in the same place recommend you. And even if you go through all the steps in order to apply and do all of them right, there's still the chance of getting rejected, which can happen to a lot of appliers very often.
To make, and neither Ellen Guy or Fire Henry, whoever said it, backed it up enough to prove their point. Also, let's take a note, DSP Gaming. He is already partnered with Machinima, so he already makes money off his videos, but since of course he's the biggest hypocrite and asshole of the entire century, he gets less and less views, which therefore means less and less money. So of course he uses Patreon as a backup to make up for those lost views, but even then I really doubt they'll make up. Maybe he'll get like 5% back, but that's it. So yeah, with DSP's case, it's just an excuse for money.
Apparently, all you need to do to tick off this guy is to get a Patreon account. Good to know.
Funny, because him saying something like that is enough for you to think he's legit. It's amazing what a little anonymity and acting skills can do, right?
To open up a Patreon account, and that leads me to my second point. If you have a Patreon account, you are e-begging. Don't try to deny it. You are e-begging. For you newbies out there who don't know what e-begging is, basically it's essentially begging your viewers or your audience to give you money for whatever non-important cause you may need.
I think you're thinking of the small.
No! The most common one I see is getting better equipment, whether it be microphones, cameras, or video editing programs to make better videos. Same thing with Ryan Mills and T-Bone 2004, which is absolutely inexcusable because, like I said, you have a job.
I don't know. Maybe Ryan has already quitted his job.
Use that job and just continue working until you make enough money yourself, and don't rely on others to pay for it for you. If you don't have a job, then get a job, you lazy freaking bum. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally got them, man. Yeah. Take that. You don't have a job, even though I don't have a job myself, because I just can't take people who open up Patreon accounts. I have lost all faith in people who open up Patreon accounts. So, yeah, you totally are an idiot, Ryan. Yeah.
Apparently, you never went to acting class either. Seriously, could you sound even more wooden?
And people will say, "Oh no, it's an option for my audience to give me money."
Which is true for people who open up Patreon accounts. Like, seriously, it's not like they're controlling your mind and asking you to give them money. It's just an option. Even if they're being as greedy as possible, it's still just an option for you to give them money.
They're essentially lying through their teeth because people can say anything and they'll think, oh, it's like they're treating their audience like sheep. Like, oh, they won't know I'm e-begging because I'm a generous person. Which, if you know Ryan Mills, he's not a generous person. He's the biggest egotist tryhard I've ever seen in the commentary community. Even worse than Steven the Master.
I hate to say it, but I think you're an even bigger tryhard than Ryan.
You know me from my Flipping Video channel, then you know how much I had a feud with that guy. And that's another thing. People who open Patreon, they have these. Patreon works is like they have these rewards for people who do decide to pay money, so they're not just paying money and getting nothing back in advance. They have these rewards. Basically, this is what it tells me. Oh, a viewer who sends me money, oh, you're cool. You're gonna get all these rewards that you may or may not give a shit about. Viewers who don't want to give me money and just want to watch my videos for the fun of it, fuck you. You get nothing. You get nothing from me.
Okay, I will admit, maybe that's them being a bit greedy.
You dare not give me money, get the fuck out of my face. Do you see the problem with that? Yeah. And for a person like Rhino and commentators should not open up a Patreon because let's get something straight here. In the big whole YouTube community, how popular are commentators right now? Probably at the very, very low bottom. Do you know what is popular right now?
No, I don't think ranters and commentators are at the bottom. Do you know what I think is at the bottom? There's people who make really obscure videos that nobody cares about.
So, you mean people like you?
People who play video games, that's right, you've seen them all over the freaking place, it's downright annoying. The thing is, video games are the biggest...
Even though I think that there's too much Let's Players out there, he is being a bit biased here.
Video games is at the top, let's face it, it's fact. And, yeah, video gamers, I mean, sure, why not just sell out and cash in on the video games and you make money off of that? But commentators, they're not. Commentators don't have that big of an audience.
No, you did not include me, so your point is invalid. No!
Even people like MScola1 or Steven the Master, whoever, how many subscribers they had, it won't work because they're not the biggest popular thing on YouTube. It's game reviewers.
No, I don't think it's game reviewers which are the most popular. I think what the most popular people on YouTube are Let's Players, another game-related type of channel. There's a difference.
Another thing, when I said sold out, the whole thing about Patreon being a big sellout and everything, that's essentially true because you know why? It goes back to the trope of I only do it for the art or whatever. Basically, you make your work because the whole purpose of you making your content is because you like doing it, not so you can make money.
If you really wanted to explain this to people, why didn't you just do it earlier?
He just did, you freaking twat! You are just not paying attention. He's building up his argument to this point of people using Patreon are money grabbers, and if you use them, then you are falling into that category. Man, it's like teaching a 5-year-old how to draw a chibi, but instead of it being endearing and enjoyable, it's boring and aggravating.
I agree. Back then, before I bet you that back before Patreon even existed or Kickstarter or any of these other crowdfunding programs, which much like a dose of Buckley, I fucking hate them. It seems like people create videos solely because they like doing it. But now, ever since Patreon, they figure, ooh, I can jump on the bandwagon and make money, even though I'm not going to make very much because I'm a commentator or either something like that. I'm just a basic video maker that rants on movies, cartoons, or music, and I'm open up a Patreon, even though I'm probably not going to get nearly as enough as people who play video games.
I said this to Desi of South Park, and I'll say it to you.
No!
But
Mr. Flippy Invader, this rant was just bad. You should put more time into your rants and commentaries. Anyway, that's pretty much it for that commentary.
Hey guys, this is Gigantic Yanaman TV, and yes, I'm going to be doing a commentary for this video on this particular girl named DeeperLover1234.
Wait, why does that name sound familiar? And the hits just keep on coming, don't they?
She's just obsessed with Justin Bieber, and made a shitty-ass video where she's trying to force the community to stop hating Justin Bieber, but people have their own opinions, for God's sakes. So I'm just going to start this commentary right away.
Everybody who hates Justin Bieber, stop.
Why should I stop? No, I'm not going to stop. I will never stop hating Justin Bieber. It's our opinion. Just respect our opinion, okay?
Why is it that people who make bad commentaries have cooler transitions? Oh, and also, we will never stop hating Justin Bieber. It is a duty that we must all uphold for the glory of our forefathers and our forefathers' forefathers. Does that statement count as a square on the bingo board, Rhino?
Lay off, because he is so amazing. And he doesn't care if you hate him, because he is just so above that it just doesn't matter to him. Okay? And he's not gay at all.
Well, people call him gay because they express themselves by their own opinions and thoughts, but who gives a shit? It's not that hard to handle an opinion. Just learn to respect opinions right away and learn how to handle an opinion. I can handle opinions very well because I just don't want people copying my opinions, because that's just opinion plagiarism. And everyone in the community is just expecting opinion plagiarism. Ah, that's just stupid.
Well, at least you're being honest. Wait, opinions can be plagiarized? Fuck! Then I guess all the opinions that my friends and I share are all plagiarized from the one person that had the opinion in the first place? How does that even make sense?
So just stop calling him that, because he's not. I mean, it's not. I mean, if he was gay, then go ahead, call him gay, because he would be, but he's not, so don't.
We call Justin Bieber whatever we want to call him.
And he has such amazing hair.
He has ugly hair. Ugh. To those fanboys and fangirls who think that Justin Bieber has amazing hair and disrespects our opinions, back off. You have no right to come near my face.
You should totally respect other people's opinions for not liking Justin Bieber. But if you like him and his amazing hair, then you need to back off. Yep. Just watching the hypocrisy ooze right on out.
Nothing about him is perfect. Also, he has such good music.
False. He has shitty music. You know why I'm saying this? Because Justin Bieber has a girly voice. Well, he had one from back then. Because he just sang songs for a bunch of girls that boys will despise.
What if a guy was gay and felt the same way about this girl when it came to Justin Bieber's music? Did you ever think about that? Also, whether you like Justin Bieber's music or not is a matter of musical taste. What was that about respecting other people's opinions?
And he's like so successful at such a young age. I mean, imagine when he's 20. He's only 16 right now. He just turned 16 March 1st.
Well, I believe he just turned 21 today. And crappy birthday for Justin Bieber. Yeah, screw him.
Need I remind you that this video that you're commentating on is 4 years old, and that Justin Bieber is a dead topic. It's 2015. Let's do something that's relevant, yeah?
When he's 20, he's gonna be like the biggest star ever.
Well, he's already 21 and he is a loser. He is a pariah. He is infamous. And he's already past 20. So, get things straight for your future.
You know, you could have made this interjection a lot less pointless if you had pointed out on how Justin Bieber was a loser. Like, how he's gotten a DUI, how he had a fight with Orlando Bloom, or how about his classic mugshot. Those would be good justifications to call Justin a loser. But instead, you go for the, oh my god, Justin Bieber is such a loser! He's such a loser, guys, am I right? Elaboration you do not has.
I'll still be so young. And all the people who hate him, like the girls who hate him, are either attention whores or lesbians or fat and ugly.
Are you serious? Some of my internet friends are girls and they hate Justin Bieber. And they are not attention whores, lesbians, fat, or ugly. So, get over it. Stop disrespecting opinions on Justin Bieber and learn to respect opinions.
Same could be said for you. Also, did you even notice that a lot of Justin Bieber fans change their opinion on him and hate him just as much as his own country does? Did you ever stop and think that maybe this girl's opinion changed after 4 years? Or were you just hard-pressed to find good material that you just settled for the equivalent of 8-week-old Rotten Tomatoes?
Because there's just, it's annoying. How could you hate him? He's so amazing. I just don't get it. Also, my friend used to hate him, but then one day she woke up and realized that he was amazing and stopped hating him.
Well, opinions can change, but you gotta learn to handle them. Learn to handle them like a real adult. I imagine that you are an adult right now, but I know you're older than me. I'm 16 years old and I can handle opinions better than you can.
So, wait, you do realize that she may be older than you now and that opinions can change over time? You know what? No, I'm not even going to question it anymore. It's already clear to me that you just wanted something to bitch about just for the sake of bitching about it. I'm done. I don't care what happens in the rest of the video. No, you can't make me do it. No, fuck you, no!
Now she is obsessed, like all of us. The rest of the normal female population. Another thing is there's one of his songs to prove that he's amazing.
Oh, screw that song, screw that song. Screw that song, back off. Screw that song. No, I'm not listening to that shitty song. I am not listening to that. No, back off.
Are you trying to doggy paddle?
Don't get it. Like, why would anyone break up with him? I mean, if I was going out with him, I would never break up with him.
Well, you'd be forced to break up with him by the police if you were a girlfriend of him right now. Because he breaks the law. Be careful who you get involved with, because getting involved with convicts is not okay.
Oh, so now you mention his criminal record. Also, while police could advise the girlfriend to break up with him, the only way they would force the girl to do so is if he committed a greater offense than just drunk driving and bar fights. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I've not heard of Justin causing a domestic disturbance crime like abuse or rape, where police would be more adamant on the girl leaving him.
Like, I wish he would make me one less lonely girl. Yeah, and he really doesn't care if you hate him. So there's really no point. He states it in his song. Picker.
No, I'm not listening to that. Scroll that shit.
You know, this is cool little thing called editing. You should try it, man.
All the haters, I swear they look so small from up here.
I'm a hater of him, and I'm like 5'11". So you can't even stop me from hating him. Because if you want me to prove that you're more mature, then respect opinions on Justin Bieber, even though you like him. I hate him so much with a passion. There's a reason I hate him.
Bigger.
A reason that isn't so different from a lot of other people's reasons for disliking him. Who's the opinion plagiarist now, boy?
Small compared to Justin Bieber's huge. Not huge as in fat, but like huge as in like this big icon.
Well, there's billions of people who hate Justin Bieber, so that's not huge. That's just small.
When there's billions of people who hate him, that does not mean that he's a small icon. In fact, he's one of the most infamous, and you said it earlier, infamous icons since his career went downhill. Pfft, scripting edits? Who needs them?
I mean, he's only 16 and so successful. That's amazing. Let me show you.
Oh no, I am not looking at that. I am not. No, get away from that. No, I am not looking at that. That's stupid. I'm gonna skip all that. That's stupid.
But she hasn't even shown you what it is she was going to show off, and you're skipping her argument? You know that's not how debating works, right?
So I hope my video proved to you that stop hating Justin Bieber. And if you do, just be quiet about it because we don't want to hear. And stop calling him gay.
Well, you're such a rant poser right there. Your video did not prove anything good. It did not get the anti-believers to become believers, because anti-believers can have an opinion all they want. So learn to respect opinions and shut the fuck up about Justin Bieber, okay? That is nonsense. That's stupid. Just shut up about Justin Bieber, okay? End of commentary.
Oh, hey everyone, this is me, the normal guy here. If anyone want to know why am I wearing a fedora, it's really simple. I lost my traditional awesome New York hat. But don't worry, I'll find that soon, and you guys will see it later on in my videos.
Because the most important part of any video is the location of a fucking hat. Sorry, Master TP10, you're not the god of the commentary community unless you tell us where you put that ball cap you lost 4 months ago. And by the way, normal guy, Floradora, Dora the Explorer.
So anyway, today this is going to be an unscripted rant, and the reason why it's going to be an unscripted rant is going to be really simple. Number one, I was so lazy for making the script, and number two, I really do want to make more videos on this channel and stuff, and I do want to do like reviews and rants and all that type of stuff like that.
Oh, once again the noobs choose quantity over quality! Making more videos is all well and good, but making more without putting the time into them really diminishes your quality. And if you're choosing to go unscripted because you're too lazy to put in some thought into your words, then half your audience is gone since you've already shown you're not willing to put in any effort. Not only that, but you repeat the phrase, "It's really simple," far too often. Unscripted rants are clearly not for you, bruh.
So, yeah, today is going to be a rant about the Pokemon Company's English dub of the Pokemon anime. And the reason why I want to do a rant about that one is really simple. Because I really do believe that the Pokemon Company's dub of the Pokemon anime is one of the biggest piece of craps ever. Now, note to self, I don't watch the XY English dub, mainly because I really don't want to watch it. Simple as that.
Well, no duh, the Pokemon anime's dub was complete shit. But hey, look on the bright side. It's not the worst in terms of anime dubs. Just look at anime like Art of Fighting and Garzy's Wing.
Hurry up, man. It's almost time for Yuri to get out of school. Even though you're an heir to the Garcia Foundation, you might think about working once in a while. Hey, by the way, how much are you getting for this? 500.
Shiratori? This must be the place where Yamato Takeru no Mikoto came down from the sky. What? What the heck is this now? Ah!
Suddenly, those dubs of hentai look more professional, huh?
Please don't take this the wrong way, but why did you rape and sodomize me in the public bathroom?
But I did watch Diamond and Pearl and also Best Wishes in English dub a few years ago. And I gotta say, in my opinion, the Pokemon Company's English dubs are probably by far one of the worst I ever listened to in any anime. For good reasons, too. And I have mainly two reasons why I think the dub is bad. The first reason is mainly because of the terrible voice acting, and the second reason is bad writing. Now, the first stuff I want to mention is pretty much the voice acting. The voice acting of the Pokemon Company's English dub is pretty much either between mediocre or bad. Mediocre is pretty much with Iris and Silent's voice, which I'm going to say they're like the only good ones. And with the bad voice acting is mostly with Satoshi.
Hey, if we're going to be talking about the English dub, how about we address the main character by his English name, Ash fucking Ketchum! I get that Satoshi is the name that was originally given to him in the Japanese dub after the series' creator, Satoshi Taijiri, but we're not talking about the Japanese dub now, are we? Secondly, you say that you've only seen the series up to the Diamond and Pearl season, along with that one special that you mentioned that is tied to the series, but refuse to watch X and Y, assuming that it is just as bad. Okay, on one hand, I can get behind that since I refuse to watch the bullshit anime that is Sword Art Online's second series due to how poor the writing was from the first, but this is dubbing that we're talking about. Over time, dubs can actually get better if the series progresses far enough. How do you know that X and Y's English dub is just as much as shit as the rest when you haven't even heard it?
And the reason why I think the voice acting is really bad because most of the characters sound really whiny, especially toward Diamond and Pearl's. Diamond and Pearl's acting is just completely bad. And Best Wishes English dub, when it comes to Iris and Silence's voice, they're really good. But what makes the Best Wishes dub so mediocre? It's really simple. It's mostly Satoshi's voice because Satoshi's voice is really bad. The problem with Satoshi's voice is the fact that they pretty much try to make him sound like his original Seiyu, Rika Matsumoto.
So, because they want to make Ash's English voice similar to his Japanese voice, that automatically makes it bad. You do realize that it's okay to actually have English voices that are similar to their Japanese counterparts, right? Plus, you don't specify as to how the acting itself is bad. And I don't mean the tone of voice, I mean the actual talent that goes into the acting. Is it wooden, out of sync with the link flaps, going over the top when it shouldn't? What? Voice acting is not just about changing the pitch of your voice to make it sound different, but acting like you're a part of the world that your animated series is a part of. Aspiring voice actors, take notes!
But it pretty much really failed miserably. And I'm going to say this right here and right now. Sarah Panicini is one of the worst female voice actress in the entire anime industry, period. She is by far the worst. Just mainly because of the fact that because the Pokemon Company hired her back when she was 19. And she didn't start college yet. So you're pretty much already a person who doesn't have no experience toward acting.
So because Sarah Natacheni started out at the age of 19 to voice Ash, that automatically makes her a bad voice actress. How the fuck does that even make sense? Soul Eater's voice actor, Mika Solusad, was a rookie in the Funimation dub of Soul Eater, and his voice acting came out pretty damn good. And he was a few years younger than Sarah Natacheni. Oh, and if you want a better example, the voice for Alphonse in the original Full Metal Alchemist, Aaron Dismuke, was a child! And he was perfect for the role! Inexperience does not mean squat when you've proven to the studio that you're auditioning for that you have the talent to back it up. And even if she wasn't the best voice for Ash to start out with, she got better over time due to how many times she voiced the character. Jason Griffith was actually getting better at voicing Sonic before they changed actors again, and it's clear when you hear the voice acting in Sonic Unleashed.
Plus, The acting isn't the worst part. The worst part is the writing. The writing is just completely bad. And the reason why the writing is so bad is mainly because of the overuse of puns. Because of Pokemon being a kids show, the Pokemon Company really make it strict when it comes to being a kids show. So they pretty much put in puns every 5 seconds. It makes the writing look like 4 kids writing.
Don't most anime geared towards a younger audience have puns in their shows anyway? Plus, I've seen snippets of the anime. It really doesn't have as many puns as you say it does.
So yeah, plus they also get rid of good important lines and stuff as well. So yeah, that's all I gotta say between the Pokemon Company's English dub of the Pokemon anime. It just sucks. And note to self, I am not a weeaboo. I prefer anime in English dubs. But at the same time, there are some few exceptions, and Pokemon is a good one right there. So I am the normal guy, and I'm signing out.
Today's video, we'll be looking into a top 10 list on why anime sucks by Rick Satan 927 returns. And as you could tell from the title, this list will be anything but rational or respectful towards the fanbase. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy was trolling, but what the heck, let's take a look anyway.
This is my biggest problem with the video. I'll explain in detail as to why later on.
Very nice spelling, by the way. I could clearly see where this is going.
Must not sound like a broken record.
Not exactly. Kids are not the only ones who enjoy anime. In fact, a majority of fans are adults, mainly due to the fact that anime reaches out towards all ages. In some cases, anime is more for adults than kids. Huh? I don't recall seeing that in the shows I've watched, unless you're referring to the Sonic fanbase. In that case, that's another story.
So, the Sonic fanbase is an anime? What the fuck are you smoking?
Well, duh. Anime comes from Japan, so of course they're not speaking in English. If it has something to do with subtitles and not being in the mood to read them, you could just watch it in the English dub. You'll still get a good idea of what's going on either way. That would depend on the anime. So far, I have yet to see a show that has a bad art style. In fact, let's take a look at some examples. Like I've said, I've yet to see a bad art style. While having a cool look is a major plus, people watch anime to enjoy the story and its characters.
I'll agree on some points on what you said, but you only showed one general style of anime, when it can range from something as outlandish as Shin-chan to something recognizable as the Hayao Miyazaki films.
Anime is not the only one that's made these jokes. Besides, it's not like every show revolved its focus on it or anything. Unless it's harem.
So, wait. You're not going to give any examples that most anime are not the only ones to make boob jokes? If not, then the whole point you just made has fallen into the dirt.
First of all, I have not seen Dragon Ball Z, so I can't comment on that. Second, you've clearly never heard of shows like Cowboy Bebop, or Trigun, Fullmetal Alchemist, Death Note, Sergeant Frog, Hellsing, etc., etc.
You have to keep in mind, however, that there might be some people that have different taste in anime. For instance, my friend likes anime like Cowboy Bebop, whereas I like anime like Fairy Tail. Anime isn't one group or genre. It's a style of animation, and the shows that follow are completely different or similar to one another. Some could consider what you call good anime to be bad. It's not just a matter of opinion, it's a matter of taste as well.
All anime fans is nerds? What's wrong with that? A lot of shows and games have nerds in some form. Heck, I'm one of them and quite proud of it too. Chinese? You know, I honestly have no comment. It speaks for itself.
Then what was the point of saying that?
This goes back to number 10 when you said only kids like anime. That's not true. Like I stated there, it reaches towards all ages, not just children. American cartoon is better, you say. Care to elaborate on why cartoons over here are better? Well, as you can guess, he does not explain this because the video ends after that, as well as the rest of his list. We do have great cartoons here, but unfortunately their quality has been declining lately. For instance, The Simpsons used to be put together well, but recent years they've been going so trendy that their humor just feels watered down. SpongeBob SquarePants, that's another show that went downhill after 3 seasons. Not to mention good channels like the Disney Channel are more about sitcoms than cartoons, and none of these shows are funny. The only good show on there nowadays is Phineas and Ferb, the only good cartoon, might I add. Nowadays, it's pretty rare to find a cartoon that's good for adults and kids to enjoy over here, unless it's Avatar: The Last Airbender or its next chapter, The Legend of Korra. But if he doesn't like anime, that's cool. Everyone's entitled to what they like. And that's all. I hope you enjoyed the commentary. See y'all later. Bye!